Greetings to you all, Southern Cameroonians and those joining. Greetings to you all. I'll be very brief. I'll be very brief. I want to talk to you all, my people, those who have been there for all these years as we get into the new year. So, yeah, to keep us in good faith. I see all of you joining. And no, I love you all. I love you all so much, so much. You're all wonderful people. It has not been easy for the past years. It has been a very tough journey going on with you all. It hasn't been easy. For the past 5-6 years, we have been braving every storm and we have been moving strong, very, very strong, from every year to every year. I know it has not been a perfect journey, but nothing in life is perfect. You know, in life, you always need to have belief that if everything is perfect, at the end of it, it will never be good. But you should always feel free to understand in life that life is like waters. Whenever you see water without no tides, then you need to know there is something happening beneath that water. But when you see the water with tides moving, you see it always rumble. It tells you nothing in life is perfect. They always have a high tide and a low tide. So there will be times the revolution will be so good, and there will be times the revolution will be so down. There will be times where you think like everything, you should give up on everything. You should give up about the restoration movement. And there will be times when your faith will tell you, no, don't give up, you need to move. The one thing about life is don't believe in people. Yeah, many of you, I see many people getting so pissed off because I don't believe in people. I believe in my spirit doing what is right. Yeah, and when I realize that I'm doing what is right, if I'm wrong, I have a stronger spirit that controls me, that will tell me if I'm wrong. But long as that spirit doesn't tell me I'm wrong, then I believe in myself and in everything I do that I'm right. Because in life, when you trust in people, people let you down. You see, many people who are very mad at me today, it's because they believe that I should always keep trusting in people. They never see the downfall of those that we work for. I never try to please people. Yeah, you never try to please people. Throughout this revolution, I've always worked to please people. But when people feel like you cannot please them, especially those which you don't know, which believe they can manipulate you, make them know you are more greater and more superior than their thoughts. Yeah, if you look, when you sing praises of people, they will go behind, especially those who you don't know, those who hide in their shadows, those you don't see their faces, those who don't have the courage to put out their faces, those who do the double jump, that think, oh, today we might get a liberation or we might not. Yeah, those fathers who protect their own kids and don't think about, oh, there are other kids outside there that need to be saved. You see, since I started this revolution, I've given many people a chance. And as we come along to the end of the year, you need to reduce people which you believe in and start believing in your own self that things can be done this way. Yeah. If most of them, when I put my Facebook outside there, I see the way they comment, but they don't think about what you have done for those they serve. They don't think about what you have done, the role you have played. They want you to always be a servant, and they think they can walk over your mentality, but sometimes make them know they are stupid. Yeah, make them know they are stupid. Make them know they are very, very stupid. And that's how life has to be. Yeah, they will not tell you. You see, all those who cannot deliver, yeah, all those who cannot deliver, which they think they can just manipulate you, they can manipulate your ideologies. Yeah. Chinaman, just sit quiet on my page, Chinaman. I don't want to be distracted by you. Yeah, you don't talk about the good because you are a ghost. I don't know you. If the revolution ends today, who are you, Chinaman? Who are you? But you have taken money from Watana. Many, you have taken money from the revolution. Do we know your face? Do we know who you are? These are the kind of people. You go every day on any of my platforms struggling to make sure other money. Do I know you, Chinaman? If this war ends today, who are you? Have I ever seen you? But we have given you money. We have trusted in most of you ghost people, which we don't even know you. Which we don't even know you, Chinaman. I only know you are from here, and monies have passed, but you cannot come out one day to talk the truth. So this is end of year. I want to trash many things. You're following all my profiles because you guys know the voice I have. Because the voice I carry is the voice of God and the voice to do right. That's the truth. And I just have to believe in myself and in what I do. And when I see most of you go on my profile talking trash, I look you like you should judge yourself. You should free your own self before start coming to freestyle in Cameroon. Because you can ask Prince Jacob, what have I done? I trusted in most of you. I used the ability, the words which God gave me to be able to convince people. I have the gift of talk. I have the power to talk. I have the power to capture the minds of people. I used that power which God gave me. We raised money and gave some folks like you. And you don't deliver. And we are going back to where people we believe. And you're getting mad. This is end of the year. This is why I come live. Let's talk. God gave me a power, and that's the one thing I hate in most of you. And most of you I've kept out of my list, most of you. Because in life, when you cannot fulfill your promise, you should say you cannot. There's not bad thing to accept that you cannot. Okay? There is, if you cannot deliver, all of us have our own way to push this revolution. And if you cannot deliver, it's not, you just say you can. That's the one problem we have with Sako and the others. When you say you cannot deliver, don't. And not going behind to sabotage. We are young. Your own brother is not in this revolution. Most of you, when I look most of you, the one bad thing we face in our revolution is the acceptance of failure. The acceptance you can deliver. Failure is normal in life. The acceptance that you can, that's the problem Southern Cameroons don't have. That's the problem Southern Cameroonians, some of them have. They prefer to drown in the pit of hell with everyone than to accept they failed. That's the problem. The problem to accept failure, when you fail and accept, it gives you the capability to be able to correct your mistake. But if you don't accept your failure, then how do you want to correct it? Some of you, when they see you comment on my page and I look most of you, I just laugh. It's like Prince Jacob never gave you a try. There is no fighting in the revolution. There is none. There is none. And I want to tell most of you, before we ever gave leadership to anyone in the diaspora, activists led this revolution. I've been part of the leadership of this revolution, despite I've not gotten a title. I want to tell most of you, all those who sit in those places where they call it our restoration and they look us like, we held this revolution and kept it alive. When Bala, they were in jail. So when most of you talk, and that's the one thing I've talked to some of activists, and I'm happy we are young. When Bala was in jail, there was no Sako, there was no Chris Anum, there was not Body. We activists kept the revolution running till the day Patterson came out. So it's not like we are novice in leadership. I want to clear some of your minds. Especially these, I don't want to call them dullards. Those in the diaspora who think like, oh, they know. Before you ever saw Sako or saw Chris Anum, Prince Jacob, was part of the leadership. When Mark Barata and Tapang were ruling this revolution, Prince Jacob, was part of. They consulted us in our advice and in whatever we did back in our WhatsApp group. We were just about 5. We were Tapang, we were Mark, we were Prince, me, we were Vela Franklin, Mami Jera. We were the 5 ruling this revolution. We were 5. There was no Sako, there was nobody, and there was no confusion, there was no distraction. So when you come online to talk about leadership and who I should choose, I have more experience than most of you, because in the 1 year something we handled the revolution, it was not divided. There was no quarrel. There was no quarrel. There was nothing. Apart from the period when Pataksa came and Tapang thought and marked that, oh no, now it's not the time, we could still keep this thing. And I said, no, let's give it to the rightful people. And giving it to Pataksa again was not a mistake. So when you talk to me and you want to put some respect in our name, because we kept the revolution on fire. If you like, go and ask Tapang, go and ask Mark. We were just 5 running the revolution, 5 with no division. There was no Sako, there was no Chris Anom. We respected those we had to respect it. We consulted those we had to consult it, and we kept the spirit of the revolution strong for 1.5 years before Patterson came out. And when things were not going right, and when Patterson, I told them now things is not right, and Patterson took the revolution with all the full steam in it. all the full steam in it. Greetings, Southern Cameroonians. I just had to put, this is end of year, and I see so many people misguided, and I'm here to do, we have to clarify some things. We have to clarify many, many things before we go on. But by the way, let me say hi to most of you. Yeah. So I want to say thank you all for those who are joining. I did not put it on my Facebook. I'm coming live, but all of you knew I had to be live today to talk to you and to thank all those who have been so strong in this restoration movement. The restoration movement, like my brother Frank Monero said, it's not a walk in the park. It's not a walk. Once again, you all are welcome. You all are welcome. I just had to shut down Chinaman, very, very straight. He is one of those who have worked under defense of Sako, which today Meme is still going down. He's not going to, he's moving. He has left Sako. He's running behind Chris Ano. But he's a ghost profile you don't know. You never see. Yeah, they have collected money from the background. If you ask them what they have delivered, they only come up with excuses. And I had to just rebuke him straight. And as I've rebuked him, he has disappeared. Happy New Year. Southern Cameroonians, to you, the people of Southern Cameroon, we owe the truth. We, the young ones who know that in the next 20 years we'll still meet this war, we have to speak the truth to you all. And the years are coming, the years are going by. We started in 2016. This is 2022. If you count 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Now we are going to 2023. It's almost 7 years in the war. And we're still young. This is me, I'm still here. Yeah, strong, courageous, and all the power to move on. It has not been an easy battle because amongst us we have wolves. The revolution of Southern Cameroon is like the sower who went to the field to sow. As he sowed the seed, some fell among the thorny ground, some fell amongst rocks, and some fell on fertile ground. Only few of us are still strong, which the enemy has not been able to corrupt. But the one greatest pain we have ever had in this revolution was of our leaders going to jail, being abducted by La Republique. That was the one greatest mistake. Because since that day they went to jail, the conspirators which we have had, most of them have not spoken the truth. Most people who have come in the revolution claiming to be leaders have never sought for a way to unite us. Why will I say this? Most of you have seen me, have said, yes, Siseko cannot rule from jail, but I'll always tell you Siseko was the best. It's just the modus operandi we put in the revolution that anyone who is in jail cannot lead. It did not start with Siseko. It started when the Bala and the consortiums were dissolved. Yeah. And since we put that rule in this revolution, most of the time, the only good time we have had good leaders when people are in jail were the time we had Tapang and Mark, which kept their promise to the revolution. But I will tell you, since Siseko, this modern time, Siseko and the others went to jail, if you want to say you want to have good leaders, they are lies. It's very fat lie. You have had people who have been self-greedy to themselves than to the revolution. We have had people who have been more worst than when Tapang, Mark, and we, the activists, ruled the revolution. I will tell you that. We have had people who have think more of themselves than AMBAZONIA. I could tell you from all indications and everything I've seen in the restoration movement, when the young ones, where we the youths ruled this revolution, we kept it in very good care. That's why Patasang was able to come back and collect the revolution in almost one piece, if not for the fact that we enjoyed the leadership and did not want to give it to Patasang, which we in the activists, people like us had to stood up and say, no, let's give it to them because they started it. Yeah. And even giving it to them, even though some activists did not want it, but Patasang took it up, and I believe that's when we had Siseko and we had another good hand. But since the Naira 10 went to jail, I tell you, the bad hands, the wolves have gotten into the revolution. And when you stand out to them to talk the truth, the wolves don't want to accept. We gave a try to Sako, and I told them the truth. When one meeting, and I told Sako one day, I said, if you fail and we realize you're lying Ambazonian people, I will go back to Siseko. I'm just keeping the doctrine, and that's what I'm doing. But many Ambazonians don't understand. If you go back to my revolution, to my videos, some come and say Prince Jeka is confused. I'll be the last in this revolution to be confused. I'll be the last to be ever confused. I have every move I make on this revolution written down, and I follow my guidelines to the revolution. If those who are in Sarko's cabinet can remember very well, I told them very bluntly in one APP meeting, I told them the day Sarko will fail, the day they will fail the people of Ambazonia, I will return back. That means anybody that will rule this revolution will only seek to unite the revolution. Siseko will be the leader in jail. They might have somebody outside that will control. I told them bluntly clear. Bluntly clear. But maybe they are forgotten. I still have all them in recordings. Because I don't mix my words. I don't mix my way of doing things. The only reason though we don't hear or we don't take orders from those in jail is because it was a principle that was created when the revolution started. And the principle was that no captain in the military that is being caught can rule from jail. It happened with Bala, and the same thing is happening with those of the Naira 10. That's why we don't allow them, but they can give suggestions. They will still get our respect. Yeah. Why I've said I don't follow Sarko is because all the money we raised here, all the money, I'm not saying like Prince Jeka, I contributed. I've showed most of you my receipts. Paying cities. I don't come to Facebook to come and talk. I speak on behalf of my sweat and the soil, the air, the ground, and everything knows. I speak on what I suffered for. Most of them did not suffer. Most of them collected money we contributed to and used and said they paid war draft. They did not pay. But me as an activist, if the day Sarko say he gave Prince Jeka 100, that day he will fall down wherever he is and he will never wake up. The day any leader in this revolution, anyone open his mouth and say he gave Prince Jeka, ask any of them. The day they open their mouth, that day you know that I worship my ancestors and the God in heaven. They will not live to see the next morning. The day they open, nobody in this revolution can open their mouth and say, but they can, I can open my mouth and say, I gave them my money. I gave. The worst is Sarko. My bank details are there. If you want, I give you my account balances, which we pay to his government. And they can't deliver. They couldn't deliver. Why can't you not just be open up? People are dying. Say you can't deliver. And you cannot deliver. You started using the money to invest, doing deals here, doing this, which is implicating others in the revolution today. Forcing others, forcing people, forcing this to make you look you as a president. Leadership wasn't forced. That's why it came to them. Leadership is not forced. And I know the ones for Chris Anum, they are getting mad at, oh, Prince Jeka, you supported Sarko, you support Chris Anum. That would be the worst combination for me to do. Chris Anum worked under Sarko. Chris Anum served under Sarko. The other day we attended a meeting, they said there were some stories, things are coming out. There were things that Sekou told Chris Anum to tell Ambazonians which Chris Anum covered up and did not say. There are many things. But today, look, I'm one person which you can lie. Ask when I was following up for Patasang, it took me 1 year. I did not have, nobody viewed me. And that's why I told most of my friends, I don't have no friend in the restoration movement. I'm doing it for Ambazonia. When I was following Patasang, that's how they lied over me for 1 year and something. Which when the activists won, I was struggling for leadership to go back to Patasang, and some others like Mami Gerard and Vela Franklin, they wanted Betapang and Mark to remain, and I was saying no, the revolution, this must go back to Patasang. Many people came. I did not have people who viewed. Those who had the high views went out, blood, destroyed my name. But it was on one day, ask Marcelo Satanga. One day, Patasang told them openly the truth about everything. And for me, when I speak the truth, I don't care about those who follow me or not. I've said it that why Marianta stands the only chance to address Ambazonia, neither Yerima, neither Sarko or Chris Anum, is because the last few good people who represented Ambazonian people were the one who put Marianta. Yeah, I will still say it today. You might look at her to be a woman or whatever, but she stands the only chance to unite the restoration movement in the diaspora and on ground zero. Sarko was impeached for mismanagement, embezzlement, and many things. Chris Anum wasn't appointed by Ambazonia. He can sing that song with his ghost profiles and whoever till tomorrow. But as long as us and activists and others we stand, we don't recognize Chris. We had 13 counties. And a part of those 13 counties were those who appointed Marianta. Ask Chris Anum how many counties voted for him. It's not about politics. It's real. If you say Chris Anum was appointed by the Restoration Council, we'll rethink. But nobody voted for Chris. Who voted? Fako did not vote. Ndian did not vote. Mbui did not vote. Goketunja or this thing did not vote. Manu County did not vote. Who voted? Tell those who were in the election commission to bring the list. Is it small? Is that how we want to rule a nation where any one person can just say one trash and then we wake up and accept it? Who are those who put Chris Anum as president? Who voted? Tell them to bring the list. Tell them to publish the list. Let's see. Because as long as we activists we are concerned, we have consulted all the chairmen, those we know, and none of them can confirm that. All of them can confirm that it's only, I could say, 3 counties which their chairman went there for to do that election. Out of 13, how can 3 counties make a leader? How? Well, I've just said that as a piece of my mind. And I'm here to tell Ambazonian one thing. The best air in this revolution we've ever had, Southern Cameroonians, is when we're under Seseko. And there's a saying our parents say, if something fail you, go back for play where you don't always do. Since when this revolution come out with the arrest Naira 10, leadership don't always be of personal interest. It never be about the people. Now, if we don't say and say those the way they don't be of interest, they fail we. What you get for do? We get for consult back now those the way they did for jail, right? And then work with the ones the way we see and say they get the people at heart. That's the simple. That's a simple thing. And that's my own philosophy. And it is my choice to call who a leader and who not to call a leader. Sako is not in jail for Ambazonia, for me, Prince. Chris Anum is not in jail for me, Prince. But Seseku is in jail for me. Okay? Seseku is in jail for me. Abdul Karim is in jail for me. Barrister Shufa, Barrister Yambe, they're in jail for me. If you tell me that I don't respect Seseku as of now, I'll understand. But if you tell me that I don't call Chris Anum or Sako a leader, that means you must be stupid. Because they're not in no position or suffering from me. Are you getting me? If you go to my post, that's why when I look some of you Saudi Cameroonians, I really wonder whether you have some reasoning. If you go to my post the day I said I'm not calling Chris Anum, have you not seen I push Marianta, which I see her now, most of those, if you go and look, Chris Anum is getting pissed off because they have not been briefed around about the Canadian dialogue, and they see Professor Carson Anyangwe appreciating Marianta for what she does. I told most of you here that there is nobody in this revolution that has any beef with Marianta. I told you, and I said it in this revolution, that she's at the best point to unite the revolution. Why should I support Chris as of now? Because the leadership around Chris Asako should be very questionable. Because the FBI just even came to their homes. Who knows what will be there to complicate the revolution that can paralyze the revolution? Who knows? Has the FBI gone to Marianta? When the enemy dangles around someone, we need to question. The FBI is around Sako. FBI is around Chris. Who is around Marianta? That's to tell you, Marianta has a pure hand. We are just talking. Because I'm not to be played. I'm very young. And I have a future. I don't need to be played. The FBI went to Chris Anum house. And you can be, look, this is a revolution. It's like mafia. I've been in the streets. And no one will play me. I've been in the streets and I've seen things. I'm young, but I've seen a lot of things. The FBI is around Sako. The FBI is around Chris. Who is around Marianta? We complain that Seseku cannot rule from jail. There are certain things around Sako which we don't even know what it's about. They have not briefed us. There are certain things around Chris Anum which we don't know anything about, but they have not briefed us. But there's nothing around Marianta. There's nothing around Marianta, and she's pushing the revolution. That's why I said everything works for good to them that love God. Everything works for good. Because maybe if Tita took the revolution, America would have destroyed us. But in the UK, we thank God UK is Europe. They cannot do nothing, because if they do something today, we will go to the UK. It's one step throw to everyone. There's one, and Marianta is a UK citizen. It's not like some immigrant. She was born there. You don't play with her. If you touch her, you touch the UK government. She has every right. She's not like Chris Anum who moved somewhere and came there. That's why some people say Marianta could not travel or this. I laughed. In the international scheme, Marianta has more genuinity. She's not a migrant. She's a citizen. But there, brought up there, everything. So if we have to look the guidelines, between all these three we have, Chris, Sako, and Marianta, who is easily, I don't want to call Yerima, because Yerima was brought out of Seseko's frustration about Sako and Chris Anum. I don't want to call Yerima. That's why I commented, I told one person, we don't accept people. We don't accept people appointed by individual. So Yerima was brought by Seseko out of frustration from Sako. So we don't. But let's talk about these others. Sako, Chris, Sako, and Marianta. Who is in a good place to stand for Ambazonians now? Who? It's Marianta. It's Marianta. And before they came to Chris Anum's house, Seseko said it. That he told Chris Anum to say something to Ambazonians. Chris Anum said the difference. But when they go to their small Gambe houses and they go to their places, they go and manipulate Ambazonians. I've told them you can manipulate some few, but you cannot manipulate Prince Jaka. You can never. I don't do revolution for people. That's why I've not collected any position. I say it as it is. I say it. That's why I've told the Restoration Council, I told them before they even went for the arrest of Chris, for the ransacking of Chris Anum's house, I told them to not hurry with this election. I told them in their meeting, I told them, all of them, I said, don't hurry with the election. Give Marianta some time. When I tell them I'm the voice of their ancestors, they look at me as I'm young and they joke. It did not make 1 month the FBI went to Chris Anum's house. Since they went to Chris Anum, do you think the way Chris Anum could persecute this revolution before the FBI went to his house is the same way he can persecute this revolution now? Do you think? Do you think so? No. You think even if he's there, he has believer. That's not La Republique, eh? Before the FBI makes move to your house, there must be something heated. If he has to do something today for Ambazonians, despite what, you will think twice too. The same with Sako. I told the Restoration Council, when I said, give Marianta some time. Hadn't been they had listened to me. Maybe if they gave Marianta another 5 months, they would have seen this. Maybe they gave the 5 months. I went to their meeting. They invited us. I went there. I met this other pa who is from Le BLM, who was the assistant chairman. And it was like, I told him, I said, sir, give Marianta some time. If they know she wasn't doing a good job, they would have appointed another. But they did not listen. And when after that, it did not make 2 months. Immediately, Chris Anum finished burying the wife. Immediately, he finished burying the wife. Then the FBI came. Now, I wanted to say this. Chris Anum, for me and Sako, Chris Anum is a little bit more clear. But why I put Chris Anum in a circle is because most of you don't understand. As me, Prince, I've been part of the leadership of this revolution when it just started, which Mark Barata and Tapang were the leader. Before Mark and Tapang, they go out to do something. They come and throw it in a forum. They come and seek for advice. I believe it was Tapang. Tapang was the first person that told me that whatever I'm doing, I will never be able to go to Cameroon. I said, I know. He said he should tell me that my name is already at the airport. I said, I already know. My auntie had already called me around 2017 and told me that they came around my home and they were looking for me. They were asking information. Tapang bring everything, whatever they talk, we discuss in that forum. Now, if there is something I don't like, I will tell them that I don't buy this idea. Like the spirit of the ghost town you see going on today on the ground. We, the activists, under the leadership of those two guys, we pushed for it. There was nothing about we pushed for full ghost town. I will not tell you the strategy how we did it, but before ghost town became one, before there were even restoration fighters, we were very smart because we're thinking every day how to make sure we protect the lives of Barrister Bobala, and we protected the lives of all those who were in jail. Under the time of us, youths as leaders of this revolution, you could see people sleep under the snow for Barrister Bobala. If not for the Bala's attitude when he came out from jail, that makes some people feel so bad and easily discouraged. You could see people demonstrating under winter. When have you ever seen that in this revolution? That when I question people, people start doubting my faith or my credibility in the revolution. There's nobody, none of these diasporans that can question my faith and my fidelity to this war. Because I'm young and I know I will still meet the war even in the next 10 years. And we have been of good spirit to it. Now, let me question Chris Anum and Sako. Most of the things Sako did, which you say we are bad, Chris Anum was a spokesman. If you are a spokesman, you are the communication secretary to Sako. He is a full, matured, grown adult. If there are certain things Sako had to take, Chris Anum will say that it is wrong. And if truly Chris Anum was for the revolution, there are many things to criticize Sako about. That means we should also ask Chris Anum. Because if we say Sako did this, Sako did that, who was the spokesman? Who announced that? Did Chris Anum not see those things to ask Sako? That's the main reason why you see I told the Restoration Council, give more time. Did Chris Anum not see those things to question Sako about? That's where the finger start pointing. That's why I told the Restoration Council, as an activist, I said, give Marianta more time. Because despite we vindicated Chris Anum under Sako's government, there is still things which has to be tidied up around Chris. But most of them were like, no, you are a small man, you don't need to talk, we need to. I was just like, are you serious? Are you serious? We fought for Chris. We activists were the one who vindicated Chris Anum. We're not stupid. Why did you see all activists, most activists, apart from Mume, refused to recognize Chris Anum? Because we're still evaluating Chris Anum's file. Why did he accept every error Sako did as a communication spokesman, coming out to speak, accepting it, making it public to Ambazonians, when he knows he was working for Ambazonian people? Why? All the Bitcoins and everything and all the publications which he came out and said, oh, we are doing this, we are doing that, lava storm is coming, A is coming, and none came. Was he not briefed about? Did he not know things about? Those are the questions. And if we stand today to say Sako is incapable, that means everything around Sako has to be questioned. That's the logical philosophy that goes with thoughts of life. That's why I say most of you, when Ambazonia is of real, we need to stop all this literature grammar about how good you are in talking and make you start thinking. I don't believe in literature. I don't believe in who speaks good, who pull the crowd. I believe in logics. I use my logical mindset, and that's what guides me with the spirit of my ancestor and God in heaven. I put the 1 + 1, the 2 + 2 in my own quiet time, and I said, this is wrong. And that's me. If Sako is wrong, the second person you must question is the person who handles his resources and his his communication spokesman. Simple. And who was the communication spokesman? Chris Anum. Who was the finance? Irene Gua. You put those three in a circle, you dot, it comes out a triangle. You push them away. You push them away. You push them away. That's why immediately they attacked Sako. The FBI too went for Chris. The FBI went for Chris. So when I see some people talking, I've told you, without all these things, I'll call Chris Anum a leader. If he's elected by the people. If he's elected. And there are many things which, I used to say Eric Tato was wrong. But when you find things picking up, you go back to even the shit. If you find your key missing and you look around, you don't get your key in your pocket. Even if you think that maybe you excreted somewhere in the bush or in a toilet somewhere, you have to go back and look if that key must be there. When things start going rough, even all the things even Eric Tato said, I had to start picking some things out of it. Yeah. Because there are many things were just at that time which I just wanted this revolution to continue because I was scared it could crumble As a young man, I know my faith and my survival and me going back to my father's land is based on this restoration movement. There were things which at that point I had to just let Eric Tato know this revolution has to continue. Like when I told him in a phone call, I said, Eric, forget, we all love Siseko, but let Sako just move on. That's what I told him. I said, Eric, forget, we all love Siseko, but he's in jail, he cannot rule. But there are certain things he said, which I could believe at that time. I was blinded because I just wanted the revolution. That's why my mother said, never be in a haste. I just wanted Sako to rule. Yes, I just wanted Sako to rule. And all those things I regretted at some times. Because even if you see right up to the extent which they had to go do demonstration in New York, the recent one, Sako was about war draft, about them raising money, about humanitarian a humanitarian draft or whatever. I've told most people this revolution is not about money. Ambazonians have a lot. Ambazonians have a lot that you don't need to tell an Ambazonian to give. An Ambazonian will give. Why you see Ambazonians are not giving in this revolution is because we have some dirty people hanging up there. And if all these dirty people are not weeded out, many people in this revolution, they will hold their money back. Many. Ambazonians have a lot. Let's just question only for the war draft that was given to Sako for the past years. And why we see that, we have to come out from all this mindset from all these people. We stand by I stand for Marianta. And she knows every day I'm telling Marianta, you must unite the revolution. You must go back and reconcile those Sako has destroyed their faith in this revolution. All the militant attackers which were suspended, you must talk back with Siseko. You must bring back unity. That's my own point. I'm an activist. She's a leader. Yeah. But I'm pushing her with my own views because I know the one greatest threat to this in this revolution to La Republique is, are we uniting? And that's the one greatest threat. The one greatest threat in this revolution is we uniting. You can kill somebody in America, but it's very difficult to kill somebody in Europe. Because in America, maybe they don't trace your call. In Europe, immediately you start making a dirty call, they trace you. They trace you. So it's easy to kill people in America. It's easy to kill people in South Africa. But in Europe, you don't do that shit. If you start doing a dirty call on any phone line, it will be tapped immediately. Immediately, it will be tapped. That's why I told some people, I said, the people who liberate Ambazonia is Europe. Those in Europe. Because even the government in Europe is scared of breaking its own laws. You will pay a citizen till the day you die. The worst thing in this revolution is for the UK government to ever temper on Marianta without any evidence. Somebody said I lack respect. Your promise. I don't lack respect. I give respect to those who give me back respect. I give respect to those. This is not Cameroon or your village. And even if you have to respect, you have to respect me because I'm a prince from my land. I don't know if you're a prince from your land. If you respect your chief in your village, then you need to give me respect more than. Because if I wasn't here, I'll be a traditional ruler in my own kingdom. So when you come here, you have to give me respect. And that's what destroys most of you, this elderly old people mindset. You think you all who are old, you don't even give the wisdom we need now. You think about of using your age for your selfish interest and benefit. And then you come to my platform, you come and tell me you lack respect. What respect have you given to those who deserve respect from you? Have you given respect before respect is not given back to you? That's the question you need to answer. Most of you have not been questioned enough. You just go anywhere and just bring out your stupidity thinking because of your age. That's what I told Sama Thomas, that most of you old men, you have lost the wisdom in your gray hair. You just move around and you came your old, but you lack any wisdom to put out. You use your gray hair just to feed your own bellies, just like how those in La Republique do. So let me keep on the message I'm giving out, because this is New Year coming, and it's a year of we coming together to fulfill the purpose which this revolution started. Yeah, this is New Year coming, and it's a year of we coming together to fulfill the purpose of which this revolution started for. And we have to make sure we dot the dots and the I. The greatest spirit we had in this revolution was when before those who were in jail went to jail. And as activists, I think that's the one greatest thing we all are thinking about, to make sure we come back again. So like I was saying before, I said the main reason you guys have not seen me except Chris, it's because whatever tied around Sako, Chris was a spokesman. And it's very difficult to accuse Sako. It's very difficult to accuse Sako without checking around Chris. But the Restoration Council, just like how Marianta said they are defunct, they did not even have the time to investigate their own candidate. Yeah, they did not. If you look at them, everybody was interested was Chris Anum put a crowd on social media. Chris Anum is good. La Republic is scared of Chris Anum. La Republic was scared of Field Marshal. But they know that Chris cannot abandon his work in the diaspora and go on the ground. Yeah. They know very, very well. Let me answer this one question, then I dive to the other topic. Kevin said, was Sako and Marianta impeached? Marianta wasn't impeached. When Marianta, if you don't know the story about Marianta under Sako, Iringwa never loved Marianta because Marianta always questions, just like me. People who have our tendencies of questioning things are always rejected by by those who work for their self-interest. You know, the one thing I told many of our Ambazonian brothers are, Ambazonia should be a land where we think about our people. World of a country, it's built by love. And what is love? Love is not about thinking only about your family. Love is about making sure that your community, that's why I see Nigerians. I said it last time to those who were viewing me. I said a Nigerian artist or a musician can put his account, even the most commonest one, and say he lacks money, and everybody will give money. Because do you know why? The Nigerian parents taught their children, their community, their village, taught them about love. Yeah, which you could see an elderly man will be very rich in the city. He will not think of picking a Hausa man to train. He will go back to his village in Anambra State and look for somebody in the village that is not related with biologically, that has nothing to do, and say, come, let me go teach you my trade. But we in Southern Cameroon, we think like being self-interested and just thinking about you and the small one, that means your love. No. If you are rich, that's why I see Frundi is dying today, because if Frundi did not think only about himself, but thought about everyone in that SDF, Frundi should be an icon. That's what made him fail. Yeah. So Marianta always questioned Sako, and that's why I see, and I think in the Sako third or fourth cabinet he was born, he removed Marianta, because Marianta always questioned. That's the same thing with me. I always question. When you question leaders, you push them to deliver. That's the simple thing. When you question leaders, you push them to deliver. Why La Republic is in a barren state today is because the people don't question. And I'm very happy for the journey of my life, because it has helped me to be who I am. I question everything as a young man. And I'll be very happy if I'm a leader today. Question me. They question me even here. Yeah. Because when you question, you push people to deliver. Many leaders don't like me. The diaspora don't like me because they are scared. They can never accept one-on-one debate with me because they know Prince Jeka is very logical. Ask most of them. Most of them, they run away because I'm very logical. I don't move with instincts. I don't move with sweet talks or words. I'm a young man moved by actions. That's why you see many people don't like me. If you are action-orientated, then you will fall in love with me, because that's me. I always struggle to push people in the part I know I can do. In the defense part and those, I know very well that I don't have so much. Yeah, it's not like what I've studied. I don't have, so I struggle to use what I have, and I believe I have the gift of talking. And if I'm able to use that to push you towards that, if you know you cannot deliver, say you can't. But many Saudi Cameroons don't. They will want to prefer to give you the impression they can, but whereas they cannot. Like I said, there is one video now, let me address. Thank God it came back. There is one video making rounds on my country people's page about me, which I talked about the 3 people were arrested. I'll address it now before we go to the other part of my message. There's one video It was sent to me by a fighter on the ground, telling me that I knew all this truth and I did not tell them. The video of which the chairman of Goketunja and the other ones were arrested under Sako, and they were arrested by the U.S., the FBI, and the SWAT team, and only one of them have been released. The others are behind bars. Only Comrade Frank has been released. And from the education, the information I had, the government of Sako refused helping the other one, Langmi. They refused helping Langmi because they said Langmi is not faithful to Sako. They struggled to help only Comrade Frank to get his bail. And the fighters sent me the video, and I told the fighters that I had said this in Sako's thing, and I'm not scared. It's very good my country people are pushing the video. Since La Republic is fighting me here and struggling to limit my page, let the ancestors help them push the job. I told them very, very clear. Anything you see me saying here, I said it a long time ago. But people underestimate me. They look me because I don't come out and say I'm a prophet. They look me that I'm too young. I told them the gift of leadership and the gift of grace is so much on me. I see very far. I told them that very long. I told them very long that I see very, very far. Whatever is happening today with Sako, I started saying it since last year. I'm not a prophet, but don't underestimate it. If you respect your traditional ruler back home, know that you should give me more of that respect. Because I'm not only ordained or called a prince by a name, I'm from birth. And I see. I told Sako since last year, I said, what is happening in Fako and in Southern Cameroon will haunt them. He told me, when I called him, Fombat has gone mute. I don't even see Fombat again on Facebook. The last time I saw Fombat came out and said, no, as he heard they have picked up this one, I'm sure he deleted his Facebook account maybe. I don't know if he's still there. But if he's there, that's good. He should not be scared. But they will come for him too. Yes, he will be. They will come for him. That one will be very, very clear. They will come for him when his own time comes. He should be very, very lucky that he's in the UK. If he was in America, Fombat should have been the first person that would go on that list. Fombat should have been the first person that would go on that list. I called Sako's attention in an Amber Peace Plan meeting. I said, I'm an activist and people are complaining. They are harassing people back on the ground and collecting money. And this money, these people who collect don't even say to the government or to their counties or their LGA. They collect money on the ground and the fighters still come and say they don't have guns, they don't have bullets, they don't have nothing. And I asked why. And Sako answered me in that meeting, all those things happen. It is a war. I say, a war? In this revolution, it has never happened. Neither during the period of Bala or under Seseko. Or even when you took over. If the rest before Fako was like that, when we just came in, when we're creating self-defense, the fighters themselves had 10 million cash to buy their materials. If that money was not misused by diaspora, they would have gotten it. I said, do you know these things are happening? He took it like a joke because all they were interested in was for the money to come in. He took it like a joke. I said it many times until one time Barrister Fru said, oh, young man, you talk too much. I said, I represent the voice of the people. I respect you, my old man, but that's the main thing I joined this revolution. I joined it for the people, not for individuals. Me and Barrister Fru got a very high until he insulted me, but I told him that I will not come back to him as the others them did. If not, I will lose my wisdom from my ancestors. Like I would have thrown a very terrible one back on Barrister Fru when I brought this up. They did not listen. The one that got them very clear, and the more will come. But it was unfortunate that someone like Chairman Frank, because Chairman Frank was giving his all for this revolution. That's why I said that in this revolution, don't put friendship. Friendship can be done after any other thing, not when it concerns this war. Tell people the truth to their face. Should it have been that Comrade Frank had told the truth to Sako, this would not have happened. I asked them one question. When No Pity was in Goketunja, did you guys hear kidnapping? When No Pity in Sobu, when No Pity in Sobu, Sargon, those who gave La Republique the first deadly blow in Goketunja. Did you guys hear about kidnapping? The people of Goketunja, may I talk for Pidgin? People of Goketunja, they be gather their chop. Every family be no say fighter be day. Man, no put the one out like secret. The one inside house talk. Mami them, if you ask all man, I want to see La Republique be vexed sometimes you go shoot mami them, go shoot people them for Goketunja. Everybody be the carry on small chop. They be get people they be go to put chop for fighter for Goketunja. I tell you this when no pity. Before this dirty thing say diaspora fight for Sako where they can't start when no pity denied for recognize them. Say that they bring division. Every mommy for Goketunja be get position where they can't drop a small chop. Fighter they be get their person where they go pick that chop, go give them. Every family for Goketunja. But since the day where the canker worm of these Sako people, then we all think they want to turn to La Republic government. Make all man answer yes for Sako. I tell them say diaspora no be ground zero. You know if you be with your woman for house and your pikin, boy they take bullet for ground. You want to make the answer yes for you. If you want to be Kwame Nkrumah and Mandela, pack your bag, abandon your woman, then go join that boy for ground. May they give you stick, they go take leadership for you. They start looking, they start be bad person. Now for them where division come, they start use Sargon for the do things. Sargon, they go arrest, they go find people, their family, them for diaspora. Send them for Sargon. Sargon will go pick the mommy them. They go tap, mommy go pay this, pay that. Because when the division for no pity and others be happen, it be been a very bad. If you hear no pity speech, go listen to no pity speech. It's there for my YouTube page where I be post them. If you hear no pity speech, waiting no pity talk about kidnapping. Go here when we talk about say fight. If not be deal with people for diaspora, the war for don't go. No pity talk say if some fighter do you wrong, can't report it for barracks. Mommy for barracks will go handle it. Yet the way all the mommy they clap. But watch after that speech. I get all the information where come with Sargon. They go do action. Now that thing, the one way I remember where it come where I think it's about 3 or 4 months ago. I talk about my live video here where my corporate take them. Where they go take some mommy way picking the America. They trace the moment everything. They connect them to Frank. There are many people like that. Where they do the deals now, where they get their fighter, where they be loyal to them. Even this other one for Meme, Tony for Meme, he own to not be small one. He own not be small one. And most of them, if you tell them, say me the 10 fighter, me fighter drop gun a line. No one of it drop, no fighter not listing for them. Even as Sako Dede, even Ayaba. Now one bitter truth that put over diaspora. If you tell Ayaba, say me tell this other man for drop gun, go give, na lie. They just answer yes, say, and I just say they want the small benefit where they come. But none of these people with diaspora, they control the fighter them for ground. No one. The only time say the fighter they use them forget their benefit. The fighter they use them forget. Since they don't realize and say them, they no one unite, them they no one work to for their own interest, them too they use them now for the diaspora for benefit themselves. That's what they do. That's so they do. And now what you go see, most of them now they get the repercussion of what they sold. Of what they sold. But if it be say from the creation where these things start, where the fighters they be get their money, where some of them be do their legitimate business, they sell their things then for their business, they bring the money for this revolution. If those the way they be there for diaspora, where they be talk say they no place for giddy boy and stick for fight. If they be take that boy and their money, they go for ground, they follow and say me the boy they get the material. Enough for Enso. But most of them, they were thieves. They be collect this boy their money, they go lie and say black market. Black market. And when the boy they start go ground one, they realize and say no be all market where this people they talk say they be black market. Now for them they talk say okay we to go show them. So you see you do me, I do you. Nothing will start happen. Because when the registration fighters gather their money, most of them no be no road for go ground one. I remember that time we start for Fako. Most of them not be no road for even go ground one. They start calling people diaspora because they believe say we not get passport. They believe say man for UK, man for America, if he take plane, whoop, he fly, he go Nigeria, he go do things quick, he coming back, they go respect him. But how unhappy they do? Man go she done for America, It take 30,000. It tell you it's sent up for ground one for Nigeria. Then 1 week after, it tell you as I be get this my informant. This my informant. If he send the money for a year, the boy and they tell you no, it be classified. You go hear some lies upon lies upon lies. Then after 2 weeks, you guys, master, we don't brief for that material. They know in a black market we did that money loss. Those are the stories we heard from time with that number. So whatever you see happening today, is what Sako built. It's what Sako built. And that's one of the things why I refuse supporting him. Because if I be the supportee, my head for go. So those are the small things the way I want to put an out clear. That what I don't say, there are many things where if we talk about Sako, Chris Anum took it for big question because he was the spokesman of Sako. And certain things the way it not go happen. But well, I'd be happy to say Chris Anum be the come over some outing and they talk about kidnapping and this and that. Maybe they not be brief you, but only time can tell. I don't want to justify anybody here. That's why you see I'm not supported Chris Anum leadership despite I fought for. Despite I fought for ABS TV or whatever he was crying for under Sako, which Iringwa had very bad habits. I fought for him as an activist, but there's difference between a complainant. ABC TV was Ambazonian People's Broadcasting Network. It wasn't somebody, so I was fight. Anything you see me fight for is what interests the people. I don't fight for individuals. Go and trace it all. Go and trace anything I fight for. Anything you see somebody hating me, Prince, it's what concerns the people. The interest of everyone that somebody is struggling to keep. You see me, I will come fight for it. But when it has to do with somebody's own personal, you will never see me. I fought for Sako because the money that was collected from Ambazonian people were doing their nonsense there. I abandoned Sako. Chris Anum, I fought for because ABC TV was the Ambazonian people's TV, and Iringwa was doing it, using it to do a charade behind. I fought for him. But when it comes to his own, ABS TV is his private network. Election, Ambazonian people, many counties were not in to vote. And there is so much questioning about him and Sako, which I cannot go into such an adventure now. So that's it. So greetings, Southern Cameroonians. I believe I've said that. So what's the next move? Let me continue. We will conclude what is the next move. This is our New Year talk. The next move is I'm supporting Marianta. Thank God before the so-called Restoration Council did their blunder, when they were still talking as one, they appointed somebody, Marianta. And she has been struggling to do a job to unite. And I'm very happy I've heard from different elderly parties which they have applauded her part which she's doing. The woman at this point, I see it like the only means to bring men together. Because when men fail, you need a woman. And she's struggling and she's doing it. So I acknowledge her and she will address Ambazonians today. She will address Ambazonians and talk to them. I will tell you to go listen and don't be distracted. Yeah, she's not perfect. She has her own failures, but with time, she'll be perfect. For now, for the fact that those in jail cannot lead us, at least we have somebody we can rely on. Yeah, which I believe she will have a listening ear. She has respect for all those who are in jail. I believe so. She has respect for them. So, Southern Cameroonians, I believe I don't broke the Mutumbu Fauna. So, make some man no go talk, say, Prince Jekal is this Prince. In my politics, in my way of life, if I believe in something, it fails me, I go back to my main formula. My main formula was the Naira 10. They are the ones who started the revolution. If I've struggled that, since they were in jail, just like how they sent the revolution during our period to the diaspora, which was Tapang and Mark. Okay, now let's take it over again to Sako. And since Sako and the others have failed, I'm going back. Yeah, I don't recognize Yerima because Yerima was not appointed by the people. Yerima was appointed by Seko under duress and stress from Sako. That's why I'm not recognizing Yerima. But I'm recognizing Marianta because Marianta was appointed by the people. And I believe to that those in jail will recognize her because they see the job she's doing. Yeah. So it's for us to all see the power of being together and working as one people. That's the main purpose. As a woman, I think women, they need to get beefing with man picking them. You go knock your head, but you always find a way for bring you down. Because now say they. So I think that's the best way. So let me go to the next part. La Republique did wait speech from Dictator Biya. Now for there, I be really one can conclude this talk. You know, say the one good thing about AMBAZONIA, I say, despite how La Republique struggle for make we divided, we always know, say, we get a befitting end. Despite how La Republique. Despite how La Republique make we divided, struggle for divide we always know where those where they pay the price for us, they did. I will tell you, say, if you're a Saudi Cameroonian, wherever you find yourself, no, say, those the way they pay your price for you, no be some man for diaspora, now people for jail. They sleep for that bench, now because of you, and those way they don't die. If you don't say you want to respect this revolution and every person will don't die, you want to do some good. Find fighter where don't die for ground, support a woman for the kind of festive period. Not also to send some money for some person for diaspora. I go see tell you before I round up. Happy New Year. If you talk say you want support war, find fighter where you don't die. The many day where their woman they don't even buy one wrapper for this Christmas. When they turn the worker people for diaspora where they sleep with their woman, they are picking for house. They are picking and don't even know which is AMBAZONIA. See, if you want and say you want to celebrate, it never be too late. Tomorrow on a New Year, you still wire. Find fight at the night. Where don't there are many of the way they have mastered and they don't go where they fight for you. There are many of the way they are mastered the day for jail. I guess someone will contact me for Bamenda prison while they investigate who be he. Where he tell me how they suffer. I don't get problem with his spinal cord. There are many things the way if you left for ground. No, they give your money for some person where they sleep for diaspora. Even me, no give me your money. I don't need them. I the one Bambe. Now, what I know hear some leader talk say they ever send please J-Car some 1,000 also even $50 or some 25. You know if you hear some leader open him up. You know if it because I don't tell now money they give me cerebral malaria. I work my own. I know how to work money. I know how to work money. So the next thing now, La Republique they wait who go address them today. They don't know say their president Ibrahim know the work. I know say most of them they go to wait for watch that speech, but there is no speech. There is nothing. Except say they go don't use via in normal voice for record something for can play am. There is no speech from Nobia. Anything where they go to read and today not be something. And I want maybe this one may go back for La Republique they made a year. Now only a fool, and if you're a Southern Cameroonian, you think say some dictator go read some speech. No say that octogeria, no, he brain know the worker. He brain know the worker. Know that one. I be don't talk last time for one. Be I suffering from dementia. Dementia means say you have lost the capability of your brain functioning. You cannot reason, you cannot think, you cannot remember anything. And some kind of, those kind of people, they call them a fulefu. A fulefu. Now them that's not what they call them. A fulefu. So, Biya is already a half-dead corpse. Don't expect no, I don't see people that there will be nothing. They will just struggle for looks on how they feel blender off or come because they know so wanna be too stupid. But I don't tell you say if you look from the all head of states African conference where it happened for America, you know Biya is nobody anymore. He's a vegetable. So please, no she don't for your house say you should get to start to think now say if Biya not there, if they can't read this night, say he don't resign. Wait till go happen. Those are the thoughts that we get for the beef for your mind. You got to start thinking the opposite. Because I don't tell una, say they will not get no military general where go protect una. If tomorrow they can't say Biya don't die or Biya don't resign. Then any other boy they come in go the one come now with force. I just tell una the truth. So the only hope where you as a Southern Cameroonian you get now this restoration movement. Now this restoration movement where you not get nothing else. Because the two general the way when we get, say they go protect, when they feel things, they feel lepuna. General first control battalion, One, a Congress, they don't make it general of whether a law college. That one a general of no portfolio. You no get no portfolio. Law college na principal. They a principal for some military school. A Congress one. The other one we remain for back. Now that one we I don't just say even guess or A because out of 25, when I get 2, 1 and minus 1. Now the only one stand. So even that one way they call and plus, it will already join minus. We not get no general. For inside the National Assembly, order we not get nobody. The only people who wanna get now are restoration fighter. So una the thing that I ever think because most of una the only claim for talk good English, but una know they read the handwriting in the wall. Some of una want that God may come up for heaven for Kata una say there's a timely Bob coming. They are explaining for una say I no be prophet. But if you read the picture in Cameroon, you go know say there is something going to happen anytime soon. I'm not a prophet. If you read the picture on the wall, you will see that there is something catastrophic coming. Because the way we take power is still the fresh in the mind of the people. In never do no economic development for Saiwe Amadu Aijo Komot. In never do nothing. Poverty bring the minds back fresh. Poverty. Only growth can kill some certain memories of evil. But poverty brings evil fresh in the mind. And the evil Bia has done still makes people think like it's just yesterday where he climb on to that power. So you were there for Southern Cameroon, where you see the thing, say everything will be peaceful. And look, John say the journey don't start. There is more to continue. It depends on how you get yourself ready for the journey. If we don't support our restoration fighters, if you don't protect them, in despite we know say they not be perfect, we know say that them will support you if Kasala boss tomorrow. If war come out, na them will come out for their hideouts. Can't save you from the Republic military. No military, no day. Captains them and colonels, if you see many of Southern Cameroon colonels, they will for the Republic military, they don't send them plenty for retirement. They don't send them plenty for retirement. Plenty. They don't replace them with Francophonie, La Republique, colonels them for inside on places. Go and find out. Because now the kind of things that we you get for the thing, but they make your mind for useless things. You this a good thing, have to say your brother, have to say this one, have to say this. Even which it happen around your backside nyash, your backside home, you don't even know. But me what they are, no. For Victoria, most of those commanders are for Victoria. Victoria is now most na la Republic. Those colonels na la Republic. Most. If there want be 10 colonels for inside Victoria, 9 na la Republic. Maybe 1 na Southern Cameroonian. They don't change all the captains. We get information. All the captains then they don't change. If you say they don't watch it, they prepare for whoever get for rule for one for be under slavery. For one for be under slavery. Now whether even for one backside house they talk na French. Because man way they go on the claims they protect you. Na man way na Frenchman. Na man way na Frenchman. How Frenchman will protect you? How? For their village, now French people they now Englishman they for village to protect the people. Now lie. Now the stupidity that now what I say they call and say Anglophones. I better ask now say how many Southern Cameroon picking them? They be deal tax officers, tax collectors for Francophone their side for Betois. How many? How many? You know the work so. How many? If they try, they go kill the picking, they go send their body back. They come from a backside house. Come from a place. Victoria said na the worst. How they go put my own town of friendship? I be don't tell them, say that's the worst thing. Which town of friendship? Who be friendship? Who be friendly? Today, at the yesterday, they only tell my people for corner water, made they abandon their houses, say that the one can be deep sea port. Tomorrow, they not go be that deep sea port. You go see that they are picking, they go look occupy that land. The information already come for me. I just look and so I just pray may God guide me. I don't get information around Victoria, corner sea, corner water. They don't tell all picking for Victoria for corner water, made they abandon their houses. Say government. That's what you see they do for Douala. They don't think I go corner Victoria for water. All the beautiful plots there for Victoria. They don't tell picking for Victoria, made they abandon their plots them. Say the one BC, one and wish port way, be they can't die and die, so Cameroon no get no budget to I'm telling you. Where be they can't die and die. They don't get no nothing. They don't get no money, no their account again. The old debt, so take small time Chinese go seize the country. They can't tell my people for Victoria, may they leave their houses. And as my people, they be so foolish. They not even ask and say, but why should we leave? Who is the head of state? Who is controlling? Who is controlling who here? Who? We are seeing nobody's asking no question. My people, they only tell me and say, Prince will go, more will talk for who no, now government, more will talk. Now, so it be when you be scared for voice your voice out. At a point you feel like you're already a dead man walking. I weep for them. But when I be tell them, if restoration fighters they for day now, maybe if that put over the country, they say they come out, they just come. Restoration fighters for just can't wash all and send them for hell. But they come. Because I know the agree, I know the support. Now you pay the price of not being supporting what can bring change to you. When you accept a devil, be ready for the repercussions. Be ready. The people of Victoria, they didn't say pain. 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 They be ruled like slaves. Victoria. Victoria, Boya, Ngeme, Mutengene Tiko, they be ruled like slaves. They are picking, they don't own no positions. Francophones, they don't come. Popo. Now them now them be commissioners of police, now them be DOs, now them be all big positions for these 4 places I don't corner. But even for Moyuka, they don't whip them, they don't go since. Boya, Tiko, Victoria, and Mutengene, that road go up. That 4 places and so. We eat dinner. Now the Republic, they don't candy. Because they no one support. They no one support the change where God in Almighty, they push them for them. They go be treated like slaves. It was so heartbreaking when I hear them. I tell them, say, but what you go do? Because not only will be the place where we not if you protect our own picking them, make the start, make the support. Other places that they do them. Other places, military man go fit do that nonsense, they go fit you worker, they go don't weapon them for road. But not only Victoria, Boya, and Tiko, we eat now, they do that nonsense. Obviously, their eyes go open because nobody no go can help them tomorrow. And they go be the worst slave on earth. How you go come for no place, even Douala, even Yaoundé, they don't give them. You put Boya, town of hospitality. You put Victoria, a town of friendship. Are you stupid? Why they don't make Yaoundé town of friendship when at the capital? Why? Why they don't make a Douala town of hospitality? Why they can't make now your own backside house? Why? Why they don't make Douala town of hospitality Yaoundé town of friendship? Why they don't make your own Pekin, make them be a commissioner of police for Yaoundé and all other places deals for their own villages? They cannot dare. They cannot. You go for their side, you say as chief, the Hala SDO. Can you do that? Can you? But look, the Bible says, if talk come, it says, my people perish because of lack of understanding. When you choose to be stupid, know that the stupidity is what will kill you. When we see who they do this thing, we help one for make we build a greater tomorrow. To love each other. To get back what your ancestors, they be done the fight for. I look, some of you say we're stupid. But you ask yourself, so what a person like me for diaspora go lack? That's why I don't need no money from this revolution. If I turn show you, me I be man who I like life. If I show my wine bar, I get all the wines the way I feel drink, all the whiskey them, all the blue label, black label, everything. I not thief for revolution. I walk, hard work. Under snow, winter, summer, I'm out walking. I walk hard. That's why as an activist in this revolution, I'll be the only one we don't pay world draft. Pay citizenship levy constantly. Still come for online, the risk money. No man, no, and never get no 100, even the world the end today. But if you go out there, you go here and go the back, they go the pay my name like say someone they pay my rent. Or someone they send me some chop money. I'm a very hardworking young man. But I don't show off. Only those the way they know, or those the way they don't see me, they tell you, they will say that prince who you see no be ye. If you know life we like him, but I keep my surrounding very clean. Those the way they know me, they know. They don't meet me for position. Me too, yes, I get for go move stress. If not be so I go, oh, quick. But when I remove and I must sweat. So Southern Cameroonians want small greetings. This was New Year, my New Year coming out to talk for una. I want really appreciate una. For those the way they don't be steadfast, it's not easy. But always know, it's just a matter of time. Southern Cameroon could be free. Not give up by the pain we don't cause, because everybody get a price to pay. Your own price where you go pay might be so painful. Yes, I'm sorry. But no, it's a price for freedom. For someday we go live free. No, so if you pay the price, if you pay the price financially, if you pay the price materially, but may the price not push you to anger, despite how painful it will be. Why you pay a price for this restoration movement? Just think this. See, if you get angry, what about those that will pay now for jail? What about those that will pay now for a cold bearded floor with no mattress, no family during this festival period? Just think about that. And also, we all will get pain. But our greatest pain should be the pain when we see ourselves free again. Just like before, we are ancestors that we want if we. That should be our greatest pain. May your pain not be in a pain to repay back your brother in that kind of pain. But your pain should be that pain where you go use them as a lesson to teach your own brother. See, together we can be one. Because tomorrow, if something catch me, no man no go come find me, then your brother go come. So remember this as we go through this period. It might last for a while, but it will not last forever. I'd always witnessed that in my life. There are periods in my life where I used to always think like, what I'm going through will never have an end. But I always have this strong spirit that always tells me, it will last just for a while. And truly, no matter how we tarry, there's always a sunshine that comes out at the end of that journey. So remember that. Remember those in jail paying the price, sleeping on bedded floor, no good food, no good toilet. Don't have nowhere to go, no bars, they can't move freely. They are paying the price for us. Those are them we owe all allegiance to, and those who have been killed, buried in their graves in fresh, cold blood. Those are the ones we have to stand strong for. Those are the ones we have to be brave. So don't be weakened by others' motives. Don't be weakened by others' character. Be self-motivated as a fighter, for we're all born fighters. Our forefathers fought the Germans. Our forefathers fought for what we could even call ourselves a people today. So we need to keep up that spirit. For me, I'll be a fighter. Because this life is about fighting. This life is survival of the fittest. Survive with your people or you all perish. For me, I will fight any day, any time. And I thank God, say God born me with a strong hate. Now I even struggle for being gentle. Because if you don't tell me, see, the hate is not a hate for people who come-headed people. Sometimes you need to get out from that your suit, get out from that your coat, get out from that your comfortable zone, and become a radical and say, enough is enough, I've gotten it. If you play with me, I will put you down. Don't be scared. Life is for the brave. May God bless you as we get to this new year. May you stay safe with your family. And remember, life is for the brave. Be brave. Be brave, my people. For some, the only our bravery will give us freedom. Stay blessed. God bless you.